Hi everyone, and welcome to morning coffee break. I'm gonna go over here and see if I think she's still in the window. Kitty. Hey kitty. Hi dear. What you doing? Taking a nap? Or are you watching the birdies? Both? Say. Can't meow for us? No? Taking your little nappy, huh? Okay. Hello there, Adam and Eva. How are you all doing this morning? Hey, doing pretty good, Mike. Thanks. Hey, we're doing real good this morning. It feels good out here. Yeah, at least you got some shade now after all these other things grew around you. Yeah, it helps out a lot when it gets really hot. Okay. I want you to look at all these. This one here is really, literally full of these. I think there's another one. It's about to fall over. I've had to prop a lot of these up. They're just a bunch of them. Okay. Let's go over here and sit down and maybe the birds will come over here. Excuse me. I'm really enjoying my new phone. It's a big upgrade from the phones we had. It's the same, brand. It's Samsung, the S8. But to me, this is well worth it. I mean, what we paid for them, or we're paying for them. But I could have probably got the S9, but it would have been a lot more, and our bill would have been more because it would, we're financing them. So I didn't know it, but Joy had turned the Wi-Fi off to do something with the phone, with hers or something, and I didn't know it. So I kept doing my normal things, I put out a lot of videos and do a lot of other things, and watch people's videos and stuff. And so anyway, I went like 6 gigabytes over over the limit I was supposed to have for a month. And they sent me an email saying that they were going to charge me $14, I guess, times 6. Oh, I about hit the roof. I was so mad. I called him. I was on the phone forever. Everybody passing the buck and stuff, and talked to different people, and finally they would not take those charges off. I said I had no idea that it was off. I said we never use mobile data, like if we go to the hospital, we use the hospital's Wi-Fi, or if we go anywhere like that. I don't just use it going down the road or anything like that. And they wouldn't take it off, but the only thing I could do, and this is what's, what kind of makes me even more mad, to get that wiped off, the only thing I could do is change to the unlimited plan. So instead of $14, mine's $45 now. But they said I can change back after a billing cycle if I want to. But I'm not going to have this happen over and over, so I just as well pay for it. So that jacked our bill up from $69 to $100. And yeah, it was about $10 more for Verizon, so it's still cheaper. But it just makes me mad because they just wouldn't do anything. I didn't want to go to the unlimited plan, but I do use my phone a whole lot. I use a lot of data. So I guess I'll leave it like this for now and check my data usage, that, to see if it's worth it or not. So one thing about it, I can use it anywhere now. I mean, I can use data anywhere. Because I'm on the unlimited plan now, but I don't know. I don't even need to film and use data. I just use the internal, the camera in it and video on that, and it goes on my gallery, and then I send it out from there. So I don't even use data when I do that, really. The only thing is, usually your phone won't have much storage unless you buy a, SD card or whatever. But I think this phone has more storage than the phones we had, so I probably won't have any trouble with that. But it's the little things, you gotta learn how to use this or that. Something's different, you don't, there's a lot of settings that I had that, were good the way I had them, and now it's all like on default settings on everything. And so it'll take a while. It's pretty sunny. There's a little breeze blowing though. That's why I sat over here. It's got a little bit of shade, but it won't last long. The shade will move away as the sun moves. I don't know where all the birds are. There's nothing really, no reason for them not to be around. They weren't out here as much all day yesterday. I figured they'd be here like once it got cooled down, like probably starting about 7 o'clock or so, right? I thought they'd be back here then, because they are a lot of times, a bunch of them. But they weren't. I'll tell you what, more people must feed them than I realized, because they had that cheap generic like bird food at Walmart, and it was a whole pallet worth, and it got gone pretty quick. I don't like using it anyway, but I'm just saying there was a lot of it there. And at Aldi, the seed that I got there, they had a whole like pallet of it too. Like how watermelons come and there's a cardboard thing around it, but then there's a pallet on the bottom. That's the way this was. And it was a whole thing full of them, and it was gone in a week. You never know what Aldi's going to have as far as non-food items. They really have some stuff you wouldn't think they would sometimes. They had some other nice tumblers for coffee and soup and stuff that were really nice the other day, but I don't need one. We got plenty of tumblers. We're going to have stuffed peppers or something, it looks like, but they're all kind of small for stuffed peppers. I can't eat them anyway, but they can. I could fix something. I'm going to fix something for them with it, or just have some dip even, or some ranch dressing, and dip them in it would be good. The zucchini, it still looks good, but I don't see much going on as far as new flowers that would produce a zucchini. And there's two kinds. One of the flowers is just on like a long stem. When you see those, they just bloom and then they just die. But if you actually see a little bitty zucchini behind of it, then it'll grow one. But off that one plant right there, I'm trying to think. I know I got at least 12 zucchinis, and we've all really enjoyed them, and I've given some away too. I hate that the spaghetti squash that I messed it up, but it really needed tons of water as long as the vine was. I mean, if you didn't give it plenty of water, it would just like wilt and parts of it would die. So they're a little bit high maintenance as far as water consumption. The tomatoes, a lot of some of the branches are dying over here. You can still see plenty of tomatoes on it that are turning too. But there's some on the top that are new, that are little baby tomatoes, and there's some over here on the ground where it's grown out. So I'm just gonna let them keep doing their thing. I'll get some more tomatoes. I would say, oh gosh, I would say we've got close to a couple hundred tomatoes this year off that. Over there by the green beans, there's that banana pepper. Some of these radishes I'm gonna have to pull up. They're growing like turning to seed. But over where the cucumbers were, all I've got really is some radishes that I could plant right now. I could go find some more seeds, but whenever the stuff finally comes up in the other bed, I'll transplant some of the little seedlings. Ready pushing a baby in like a little car. Yeah, not many birds this morning. Still nice out here. Oops, I don't know what I did. Tried to get something off the screen, and now there's a little round thing. I don't know what that thing does. I don't know what that little round, little circle, you can move it around on my screen. I hope it's not messing up the video in any way. I hear our airplane. Hear it? It's not over this way yet. Oh, the sun. There he is. Just putting along. I really think I'm right. I'll bet you they're taking flying lessons, because it's every single day. Well, maybe not Sunday. I'm not for sure about that one. I'll have to pay attention when I'm out here Sunday, but I think it is pretty much. I'll bet you anything people are learning to fly, because he does the same kind of route, and everything. Either that or he really, really loves flying. I would love to, but it's scary not thinking that you can't, if something happens, you can't just pull over to the side of the road. You know what I mean? Come on, there's only one way is down. Something happens. I would probably be working on my plane and inspecting it like every few hours or something. I'd be so. I know I've got, like OCD. I've never been to a doctor about it though, but clouds look nice. I mean, the little fluffy white ones floating around look nice. I hope whatever I pressed on this didn't mess anything up. I know it said it had some kind of a feature, and I'll bet might be it. Like if you press, like I'm looking at the bird feeders right now. So you can take this round circle, let's say, I'll move it up some, and put it on the bird feeders, and supposedly it's clearer. I don't know if it zooms in. So right now I've got it on it. Let's see if it's any different in the picture. Or I may be supposed to press something else after I get this circle on it. I'm not for sure. I'll have to go back and see if there's a tutorial or whatever. It does have like and I think I got it, pressed. I know I did, but I don't know if it. Anyway, it's got like a stabilizer for people like me that shake a little bit, I guess, and move a lot or something. It does something to it to where it doesn't look so jerky. Kitty's still over in the window. I don't think I can see her. I'll put this thing on. It's hard to see her probably from here because the sun's hitting it too. Believe it or not, the phone actually came with a book. You don't have to look it up online to see your book. And it came with some of those expensive earbuds. I think they're supposed to be like $50. They were free. And of course it came with a charger, and it came with like 2 little adapters for I guess to go in like a USB port. A micro one and a different one, another regular one, I guess, but, and we've ordered us a cover for it. Of course, I don't usually keep my cover. On the other phone, I had to take my cover off to put it on this clamp that I've got it on for the telescope, or where I've got it on the tripod. It's got like a clamp that holds my phone so I can get it on the tripod or on the telescope. But it's tight. It was tight. The other phone was a little bit wider because it had like the plastic around it was wider, and that actually made the screen smaller. This screen here on this phone is from edge to edge, and it uses up the whole face of it. So it's pretty wild. And what was I going to say about it though? Well, I don't remember exactly what I was going to say about that, but lost my train of thought. But yeah, I've got more to learn about it. Things it can do. That'll take a while for me because not too much going on. Oh yeah, about the clamp. I was saying something about the clamp. Oh, but this one's is not as wide, so I might be able to put the cover on this one and still use it in this clamp. And I'd like to do that because I hate taking it off and on and off and on for things. But you really need a cover these days. I'll drop this thing, I'm sure, before it's over with. Well, I think I'm going to go in and see what's for breakfast. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Please press that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so that you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Everybody have a great day, and I'll see you later on.